ba natin yung Pilar, pinaabad na natin Pilar.
Hello, question lang po.
Ay,
Apa.
teka. Yung, where will we put yung PMCM, responsible person? Separate siya.
Use.
Hindi siya dito? Sure? Saan siya?
Hindi siya dito,
Where is
ma'am.
it? The responsible
okay.
person.
Sa unahan po siya.
Sige.
Wala pa siya dito. Wala pa siya dito.
Wala daw siya dun sa taas.
Hindi, wala
Ayun.
pa siya. Responsible
meron.
person ito, pero wala pa
There,
dito yung CM, EM.
Pero pinrovide na natin yung list. It will be
The list is not there yet.
Yeah.
That's the upper cases item.
Yeah.
the list for EC Stan. NEC, I think we're only missing
Meron
the
na.
one from Laguna. Okay na din?
Meron na rin for
Okay.
ROG1, ROG2. So we'll provide.
Okay, we'll provide so we can close the case. Yes.
Yung CM,
So it has to be
yeah.
indicated.
For the construction
We're graduating yung
manager,
hearing today.
CMPM, wala pa po. It's not yet there.
Dapat yung ruling lang dapat yung caps lang pa. Simple po ruling. Yeah. I think they already provided. Robbie, kahit daw yung ISON hindi pa natin na-provide.
Audible, right?
Meron na.
Now it's
Responsible
It's already
person.
there.
Sorry?
Hindi daw.
We're done with
Now-
it, Ma'am Beth.
Yeah, now it's audible.
Yeah.
Napunta na nga tayo, hindi daw nakagating kay SAB.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Oo, kaya
I
pala
can-
open siya. Akala ko,
Yes.
sige,
Yes.
Okay.
i-submit na lang natin.
We can-
Yes, Nan.
I'll submit it.
Yeah.
If I
Okay.
put,
Sir Robbie,
It won't be
dagdag lang for person
Yes,
responsibilities.
now you're able to
if ever may
whatever they
updated,
talked.
Yes, yes.
kusa ba
yes,
siya
yes.
mag-update?
Okay, sorry, I
Or do we
No.
need to provide another list?
We need to update. Ma'am Anjali, this is by way of configuration, no? The person responsible.
Person responsible is tied to configuration. So in case of
is.
any update,
You'll
you
have
can
to-
provide valuable ID and they can update it.
Yeah. It's a standard change.
Change
na lang.
time from time to
Yeah.
time. Okay.
It will be, yeah.
Proceed, guys.
Yeah, if may change the person responsible sa drop-downs, it will
IT
be,
na yun, no?
yeah,
IT team.
yeah. Except for yung
Ayun.
mga headline, ha. May customization for that.
We will just add anyway, Pilar. I think they already checked and I think we're good.
Yeah.
Okay. Proceed.
Yeah, next.
Ma'am
Has-
Myra, Ma'am Myra has a question, Sir Jay has a question. Sir Jay, number 1.
Hi, Robbie.
Ah.
Yeah. Can you just confirm the one we discussed, I think this week, right?
Yes, sir.
The person responsible, they will come in when we do the WAR, right? The work accomplishment report. Are we...
Yes, sir. Sila rin yung primary na mana-notify ng project.
Okay, but
Yeah.
here when they will do the initial data inputting, right? All these the WES, they are the one also, the responsible
Yes.
person.
Yes,
Correct.
sir. You have to submit the sir. Responsible person, the CM, the
Okay,
PM.
okay.
Initially, sir,
Audible,
it needs to be identified na po. Can be
Yeah, no,
changed, but ayun.
Yeah, with respect to my
Sige.
project
It needs to be
itself, we have
submitted
an
with the
investigation
PC.
going on with the customer.
Okay,
So I thought
okay.
I'll add you guys so
one
you'll
more.
understand the real time. So,
In non-zone,
So,
sometimes
this is
kasi what we are doing, medyo nalilate yung contract.
so,
Okay, yung long contract,
this is a
formal.
sprint one, okay?
But what
This
we
is
are
sprint
giving
one,
to
not
the
testing. So we are
contractor
making the
is
customer
yung
understand
NTP,
some of the
o yung
tabs,
notice to
how does
proceed,
it
no?
work, and how do they select everything.
Is it
Okay.
safe to say
This will
that
help you, right? Both of you.
even
Yes, yes,
without
yes.
the
Yes,
even
Anand. Thank you so
NTP
much.
lang pa siya, or we need to wait for the approval of contract before we can key in dito sa S4 o itong SAP? Clear ba yung question?
Sir, actually, once, Ma'am Kat, correct ko. Once BC is approved, it will already...
Once the BC,
once
the business case.
business case is approved po, makikreate na this one, the structure that you see here. And then once it's updated, makikreate na rin yung PR.
Pero,
So once PC is approved,
pero the one you're using sa no, sa e-zone, di ba meron na kasing data dito na plan and earn value eh. So, I assume dapat may na, contract na. Tama po ba?
currently, hindi natin ginagamit. Tama no, Ma'am Kat? Plan
No,
and earn
hindi,
value.
yes.
It's not used.
We don't provide the planned value and earned value here because for that to happen, we need to award the project already.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kaya nga eh.
But technically, the start of when we trigger, tama no, Kat? Nandito, is
Oo
when
nga, sorry,
we
Kat.
have the business case approved. Once the business case is approved, we lodge already the budget here because
Okay.
that signals that a budget is needed already for the project. And then
Okay.
therefore, that's the trigger also if parang linkage from the procurement module naman, if there's a linkage between Ariba and this one, once we conduct the bidding and then afterwards we award it and then a PO will be attached to this particular project. OJO.
Okay. So not
Pero
necessarily.
plan value, honestly, I'm seeing this also for the first time, but we ano yun, Kat? We leave it blank. The plan value.
Sorry ma'am, alin po yung leave it lang?
Yung PVEV, mayroon yata pa.
Yeah, I saw there
Meron ba dun sa
somewhere.
existing natin?
Before po kasi ma'am wala siya.
Okay. So, okay.
So, ma'am, some of fields po kasi dito sa pinapakita,
Yes.
bago po.
Okay.
So,
Sige.
First
Just
time ko
request
nakikita
to
to.
run us through. Okay lang?
Yeah.
Parun
Yeah,
through tayo.
Oo.
Yep, thanks.
Okay. Sige lang, feel free lang to ask questions. Meron pa naka-raise ng hand.
Si Miss May.
Go ahead.
Ma'am Myra.
Good morning po. I-ask ko lang if we have allotted a field for the project status and completion date.
Later yata yun, ma'am, kasi we're just in the initiation. I think that will be part of the latter part of the discussion, Miss Mai. Park muna po natin.
Okay po.
Thank you. Okay, I think the team is just saying that most of the fields here they're not present in ECC. Can you walk us through those fields so that they become familiarized? And can you also tell us if if those are mandatory or okay.
So, as a responsible applicant center, these fields we are going to still use in this. Some of the fields here are more customer project sales, which may not be relevant for the investment type of projects. So here we are going to use personal number, applicant number, and the cost center.
What's applicant number?
The same as personal responsible.
It's our employee number. Okay, got it. So, hihingin na lang. Meron na. Okay. Na-provide na natin. Okay.
So it's also a configuration. So you have to configure the personal responsible
And then maintain.
over the list of the people. It can be applicant, it can be responsible. And the cost center. Similarly, we have to have an investment profile, which is going to be defaulted from the budget profile. And the mandatory field will be profit center.
Want the mandatory, you will get red strict.
Public class will be defaulted again from the profile. Profit center, we can either default it at the profile level if you want, or we can manually input for each and every project we are creating, we are initiating the project. So how do you use profit center as of today? So you default at the profile level or
Profit center daw.
Ay, sorry.
Profit center. Hindi ko na po masagot yun.
Cost centers.
By the way. Pa natin yun.
Yeah,
but
but
that
should have been up to the
Cost center.
Now in SAP, S4 HANA, the decision is you will use profit centers and there will be one-to-one mapping with profit center and the cost.
Yeah. Anna here.
Yes,
Hello?
ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah, so profit centers, we're requiring them in S4HANA because we want to track all balance sheet accounts to proponents so that it would be easy to track payables, projects. Um, Cost centers currently are used for P&L, but for balance sheet accounts, we cannot use cost centers now. So we have to use profit centers. In S4, the profit centers will mimic cost centers naman. So siguro what we want to just check, Rupali, is if we keep, because I think I saw cost center earlier. Um, if if there's already an identifier, can you automatically put in the profit center or the cost center, depending on what drives it? Can it be automatically populated?
Yes. Based on the
Okay.
project.
Profile. On the profile level, we can automate it.
Okay. Thank you.
The question here is, do we want to default it at the profile level or we want to change it for each and every process?
Is it defaulted? So it is defaulted at the project profile level, but there is still an option where you can change it.
What the project says. So shall we default it at the profile level if we have already determined the profit centers for each project profile we want to use? So we can default at that level. Whenever you create a project, profit
Once the input the cost center, it automatically builds up the profile.
But it's the project.
No, can't be in the project profile. That's too high.
Yes, and
Yeah.
it's like the cost level, profit center.
Yeah. Can can we park yung profit center determination?
Okay.
I don't know also how to derive. I need to. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Always an option to manually input here at the project level.
Yes,
Here
yes.
the project, you can always
Yeah.
input the profit center here
Yeah.
and the cost center here.
Yeah.
Okay, noted. We'll park it. Noted on that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So
Let's park the
just one
determination.
just one thing, make it mandatory, Rupali.
Yes, ma'am.
Mandatory. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's the cost center is mandatory.
Ano ba yun? Katlandicho. Dalawa kasing cat, sorry. Katlandicho. Ano ba? Naka-mandatory yung cost center natin pag ginagawa mo siya.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Actually, profit center and cost center. Kung makikita niyo, ma'am, from the start, nandun si profit center sa pinaka-mother niya. And then going to WBS, cost center. Before, cost center po yung finifilapan natin. But,
Profit
but my,
center is not mandatory ngayon. No?
alright.
Yes.
Okay po.
Yeah.
But ma'am, my question is, yung cost center, kanino po makukuha yung pinaka-updated po na file? Magkakaroon din po ba ng changes yon, if ever? Kasi ang ginagamit po namin ngayon as of now.
We will there will be a totally different hierarchy. Pero there is mapping from the old to the new. So for cost centers, profit centers. So later that will be made available.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Moving ahead, trying to create a new network over here under the WP settlement pipes and fittings. Right click, same as CC, create network. Under the details, click on save. If you see, as soon as you create a network, all the information is defaulted here. Network profile, network type, API controller, everything is defaulted here from the network profile.
Easy. Any questions?
They don't have tea.
That is why I'm just
Yeah.
giving them some time.
Yeah. We will definitely be conducting extra steps in the train the trainer for
Yes.
them and users training. But I think it's really more of an appreciation of the fields. That's why they're asking questions. Actually, the
Yes.
earlier one is the ask. Please feel free, the ones online, to ask
Yeah.
questions.
Yes.
Thank you.
Especially because this is new for them.
Yeah.
So this is now the, can you go back to the previous screen? The screen, what? The one with the status. Status. Um, so at one point, the screen, uh, is the system status, does the system status automatically change whenever there are changes implemented in the PBS? Like, for example, this one is created, and then once the budget is loaded and we release the budget, does this automatically change? That's a standard. That's standard. Standard status will be automatically updated as soon as you progress on the project. When you sign a budget, when you release a project, when you complete the settlement, all the status will be automatically updated as you progress on the project cycle by cycle. But a customer project status that we have identified, like for example, the browser.
There are two status. One is system, which will automatically change. Then another is a user status,
Yeah.
which is you have to change. So these are the, if you see on the left side, these are the system status. And these are the user status, which is specific to MWC, which you have to update once it goes to execution. Just remove the filter so that they can see all the status. System status. System status.
Exam stand to be fine, but let's see actually.
Change the status. They will be able to see the what are the available system status.
For this MWC status, like pre-execution, execution, release, completed, no plan flows. Do we have to manually change? User status will be manual. System status will be automatic as soon as you progress in the life cycle of the budget.
Is it also, will it become, the user status, is it mandatory?
Not ready.
So how will we make sure na tama yung status?
Iba yung comment ko. Kasi ang assumption, di ba, business case approved. Bakit may business case disapproved?
Oo nga, sa project journey.
Business case approved.
Okay. Baka ano to, Lorraine to no? Lorraine, baka pwede pa revisit itong maigi Kasi parang may disconnect. We're putting it in the system and then afterwards there's a status of business case disapproved. Supposedly it shouldn't proceed without an approval, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Creating project
We'll
before,
check on
after
that.
is approved.
Yeah. Baka let's revisit na lang. We'll take note also to revisit the user status. Care of Lorraine, care of your team na lang ha. Thank you.
So another question there, because I see REL released and closed sales under MWC status. But in ECC 6, once we release the budget, the status automatically changed to REL. The standard status as. Yes, and once we take the project as closed, it automatically changes to CLS. But if we're saying here that the REL and the closed status is under MWC. This REL is what KDS has been proposed. Standard release will be there. The standard system status will be there. Still be there.
Yeah, those
That
all the standards will be there.
standard will be
Parang ito additional lang.
These are additional to the standard.
isn't it a duplication? We have released in under standard status and we also have released here in MWC. This will be duplication for sure, but we were not sure what was the
intention.
behind
Yeah.
having this
Do
status.
we really need this?
Actually, the intention is just mimicking the original, the standard status. We just have added,
Baka
on our
kailangan.
part, I remember only the NOPA.
So I think we can revisit
Yeah.
this status again.
Review natin.
Review natin.
Patanggal natin.
Hindi, kailangan i-review lang siguro kasi kagaya niyan, naalala naman ni Miss na Innova is inad natin. Pero there are a lot of things here that we need to, yeah. Sige, Lorraine, ano lang natin yun na i-set up na lang natin. Thank you.
Gusto kong duplication.
Noting.
Okay.
Come on, let's proceed. Noted na, asan na.
What we have created so far.
Thank you.
We have already these statuses: release, log, order, completing, issue. We already have all these status in the standard.
Oo. Yeah, that's nice. Pinadagdag natin yung mga terminated.
Pero bakit nandun siya sa una?
Sige, we'll have.
Yeah.
Okay, it's okay.
Uy, may nagkaka-amnesia.
This is good. This is good.
So, shall we go ahead?
Yes.
Yeah, what the
Let me try to create a new internal activity under the activities are like the tasks. Tasks we are performing on the project. So we add them as internal activities performed internally within the system, within the organization, and external activities, something we are procuring from outside, be it service or be it some external procurement.
I hope everyone is clear on the network. At least from the easy, they are clear on the concept of networks.
Yes.
Yeah, and for NEC,
It's new for them.
yes, it's okay. So for any execution work, you have to create the network activity.
Okay tayo sa bagong coding man. Are we okay with it?
Yes.
It takes getting used to it. It's a bit longer. So the project time being one, it takes getting used to.
Lorraine.
Ma'am Kat, Ma'am Lorraine,
Lorraine.
Ma'am Kat, and
Yes po.
Wala no? Ito naman na yung pinag-usapan natin doon sa no? Identity,
coding man.
Coding mass identification.
Yung WBSN.
B1, Easy,
Yes, yes.
2020. Tama, no? Ito naman yung pinag-usapan na natin. Tapos, manganganak lang siya. Tama ba?
Hello, sorry.
01. Yes.
Hello, ma'am. If I'm not mistaken, ma'am, yung pillar nandyan na din po. Sorry. Tama ba? Parang project type, easy, pillar. Sorry.
So, may kulang.
Po ba? Parang before po kasi yun po yung ating napag-usapan na ang pillar ng project is magre-ref na dyan sa coding.
Sige, pa-surface na
Baka
lang.
yun, masyadong mahaba yun. Kasi may limitation yun eh. Baka kaya siya nandun sa kanina sa custom field. Kaya natin siya
Okay.
pinalalagay, I think, sa custom field. May limitation. But still, kung gano'n na may question na ganyan, but Lorraine, tama ba to? I think yung kasing confirmation dapat aside ni sila eh.
Coding must already considered the
Kaya lang nung... Ay, sige.
Okay, so can we proceed? Yeah. So we have so far created project WBS. Now we are at the activity.
And assigning a material component here.
So now you are assigning a material which is required to perform this project. Here the integration will start with MM. So yeah, this will be also be done by project project analyst.
Project analyst.
Oh.
Analyst.
Project analyst.
Execution.
This is execution. Okay, you are, yeah, this is execution. For this work, what is the material that is required?
Reservation. Ano pa rin? Kat pa rin.
Okay.
Kat lahat. Si Kat ang susi.
So this is where if it's a stock, then it will create a reservation. But it not stock, it will create a PR.
PR. Which is
Same naman, Kat, sa ginagawa natin ngayon.
same.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes
Sorry. Oo. Doon sa creation, ma'am, kanina, napansin ko lang, nung kinreate niya yung materials, sa components siya pumasok. Before po kasi, ang pinapasukan lang namin is either internal or external.
Can you explain internal and external? Is that the question?
Where the materials are entered.
Internal activities.
Internal activity.
So, try it again, ma'am, on the...
Start the process.
Can you just try to read again?
Right again.
Again. Yeah.
On the line item, ma'am, try to right click. Yes, yan, right click. And then create before we click activity internal or activity external. So once we click activity external,
We will come to that point.
Yeah.
I will come into that point.
So
That
first,
is internal activity, and
First we
then
are
we
creating internal activity, and then we will come to. But can you just explain them when they have to create internal?
Yeah, maybe that's where it's
That's where it's confusing.
Okay. So when you're creating a material component, you need the material components for your project. You'll be creating an internal activity and assigning all the material components that will be used across the project on that internal activity. So as soon as you release the project, a PR will be auto-generated for all those materials.
When do you know if it's internal or external?
You define it by selecting it here. So when the network is defined, under the network, when you want to create assign material components, you create internal activities. You create internal activities from the network. Here you create an internal activity, assign all the material components under the internal activity. But when you're procuring something, services, doing some labor work from the outside, then you create an external activity. Some excavation work, you are extending outside. Then you create an external activity in that case. There will be a separate PO for that external
Service PO.
That's for services.
That was services. That was services.
Then if you will issue materials for that, if coupled with that services, what will I click?
For today, we are not showing the services. That is not configured. We are just internal and external activities. Service PO will come.
So it's just like your maintenance order. In maintenance order, you have to define the components. In components, you define the materials also, and you also define the services also because you have to perform the work. So for the material, it will create a separate PR to be procured. For the services, it will again create a PR which will create a service PO. Okay, and then the contractor will come and they will go and they can get that material from the inventory. Is that concept clear?
So the material will be under, for this one, internal.
Yes. So that I know that when I'm procuring those materials, the cost will be coming from this project. The budget will be consumed from this project. Yeah.
That point, do you have already the budget check?
Yes. It will be from here. But yeah.
Okay. The question pa sa nasa online, is that clear? nga, Kat, clear ba, Kat? Goods na? Ay, let's talk slowly. Pero gusto mo pa paulit, Kat?
Please, ma'am.
Ay, repeat.
Ah,
They weren't
ma'am,
able to
I'm just
understand because
asking.
you're talking so
Ah,
fast.
sorry. I'm just asking also, ma'am, if what is the difference from line item to create internal and external versus doon sa may component side. Hello?
It is just similar to your maintenance order where you want, now you have created a project, you know that there is some work that needs to be done. So network activity is where you are assigning the materials required to perform that work. Also, you are saying this much work is required to be done. And if it's an internal labor, then you say, okay, I would need this much hours of work for this project, for this activity, which is part of my project. Now, suppose since Manila Water, they have more contractors who are working for them, then in that case, you create a activity as external service and external where you know that this it will generate a service PO, which will be then handled by, I think it's handled by CPG, who will assign that work to a contractor. I hope I'm clear. Does, does that answer your question?
Malinaw po.
Is it clear now?
Yeah, malinaw means clear.
Okay. I will learn that soon.
And you have to learn some of the
Sige.
sige. Yes. Very good. Similar to internal process activity, we are assigning the material components which are required on the project. We assign it to the internal activity. Now let's assume there is some work which also needs to be done on the project, and for that we create an external activity. It's not a service activity which we have to contact out to the external. It's in external activity where need some work need to be done.
But when you do internal activity, when you tag the material as an internal activity so that they can procure them, then afterward, once, because it's another, it will go through S2P afterwards, right?
Yes.
Wherein the release, etc., will be tagged to this project.
Yes.
And then, okay.
Yes.
Yes. S2P na siya, reflexive. Okay na yun, Kat? Nagets mo na yun?
Anything
Yes,
created.
So
yes,
every
ma'am.
time mag-release ka ng, every time mag-reserve tayo, sa activity internal tayo. Tapos sa S2P na siya mag-change kapag nire-release na siya sa vendor.
Copy, ma'am.
Doon siya reflective. Oo.
It will take that.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, ma'am. I have another question.
Go
Sorry.
ahead.
For the other fields, is it required, ma'am, na lalagyan natin or automatic siya like before?
What are the fields that are automatic and what are the fields that they need to manually? Yeah. Because she wants her life to be easy. Can you make it easy for her?
Things which will be from the project will automatically come. But related to procurement, they have to add.
Yes. Oh, pag related daw sa procurement, Kat, you have to add those fields. Can you walk us through that example?
So when, as if I'm trying to create an external activity, where I'm just entering a cost element which needs to be booked for this external activity, I also have to enter the amount of hours or amount of work days required to perform this activity. So based on this information, the external activity will be created. Since all this information is related to the procurement and a PR will be generated automatically, so we have to manually input this purchase related information, like your purchase or your purchase group, material group, all this will be manually entered.
Who will input that? Who will do it? Ikaw din, Kat. Nandichu. So
Oo,
what is
ma'am.
that position in MWC? It's a manager, project manager. Ikaw din ba gumagawa nito, Kat?
No, ma'am, before. Hindi po.
Oh. Yeah, it's a new thing for them, right? It's a new thing daw. So welcome to your new. Yeah. Because now it's a new thing. It's, yeah. Earlier you were creating that were not integrated. Now it's integrated. So because it's now in S4, it's integrated already, Kat. So they're saying that it should be you based on how this is being done. It's under you.
So it will be just a one-time activity which you will be entering during the creation of the external activity. You have to input all this information.
So it's manual input of all those information.
Because it is going to generate the PR automatically.
So it's only for PR. Only for PR. Only for PR that you are going to. You know what needs to be done, what type of material is required, what type of work is required for this project. So any person who knows what is needs to be done in this project will be doing this network activity.
Hi, Kat. Isn't PR with the supply chain or procurement?
PR will be with the project proponent. Proponent daw po, ma'am.
Different from if it's a service contract versus a material. If the material it's being purchased by another our materials by SCMG.
It's all from. So PO is handled by them. PO will be handled by them. PO is different from PR. Yeah, PO and PR is
PR also is done by them.
by no.
Yes.
PR is always by proponent. Yeah, PR is always by the proponent where I say I need this material. Now they go and they say, okay, from this vendor I will. Because you are the one who are
Pero
saying I
Kat,
need.
PR, di ba?
So maybe I step in.
Yeah,
So this
go.
is Val from supply chain. So
Yes.
in current MWC setup, the requirements, the BOM and all that is being sent to supply chain for those that have materials, in inventory items. For the service, that is something that I do not know who handles. Yeah, okay. But then yes, so the purchase, the generation of the purchase requisition is done by supply chain now for the projects.
How do we bridge that? Usually, how it is being done now, it's separate. It's not from the proponent, as mentioned by Ms. Pat. Yes. Will that be done now by supply chain? It will just be an authorization segregation. So supply chain also have that input as available from the project only. Because I'm sure, Ms. Val, that based on the type of project, type of work, that you have that BOM available for which you create a PO or UER. Because
Yes.
then it's the request is basically coming from the projects only.
Yes.
So now
Yes.
the to be system, it has to be within the projects who will put the request of components and the request of work, because they are the one who are just procuring from outside based on your request.
It's the purpose of the reservation. That's basically their request.
So now it's that reservation which were created manually.
Within.
Now it will be from this project system.
Correct. So what you're saying, Rupali, is that when you enter here, it will generate a reservation, right?
Yes. Yes.
And that
For the-
that becomes the input for the purchase requisition.
yes.
Correct? Yeah. So it's not. I don't know. And I have.
So not purchase requisition. Reservation is something which is in my stock. Okay, so for that I would not create a purchase requisition. But purchase requisition I create for non-stock items where I don't have that stock in my inventory.
Okay, so I have a question, Rupali. The proponent or whoever will make this will operate the screen will not know what the what the stock status is.
Exactly.
And I
They
think
don't have any
correct.
visibility.
So they don't have visibility of what the current stock status is unless this
Yeah, they're
entry
talking about
screen will just
activities
put
networks.
in the
Is it like
will
the,
just capture all the requirements for the
these are
BOM.
the
And in the
test
back end, there is a
testing
check on
persons asking
stock on
the
hand. If
SAP
there is stock
related
on hand, there
questions
will
or
it will generate a reservation and a PR if not. I think
Yes.
that
Yes.
you need to
Yes. Yes.
clarify.
Yes. So, Miss Val, how it happens that for the stock item, it will create a reservation, and if that stock is not available, then that will be automatically be converted to the PR. I think that's where also the MRP will also help. Yeah, where if I don't have those, then it will automatically trigger the
cost planning, budget
PR.
planning. So which I
Because
told
we
you, right?
have all the segregation that which is my stock
So that is
material, which
the
is
Yes,
not
yes, yes.
non-stock
same
material.
thing which
Yes, but
I
that
have done it. I
happens
myself
on the
on
back
one
end, right?
lady, she's
In this
Yes.
entry
doing, right?
screen, you will just input what your requirement
Who
is.
is representing
Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
right?
Okay.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Yes, that's correct. All you have to give the
And
requirement.
I
You don't
populated the
have to
system,
manually
and
create
she is
any PR
now
or reservation. Just give that
helping the customer
what is the
understanding the
material
initial
required, what
setup
is
of
the
the system.
quantity required.
And then when
Okay.
it goes to S2P, that's the time that Miss Val's team will evaluate if there is a need, what specific
they're from China
materials will
or
need a
Korea?
PO and the ones that are already available in the
Yes.
Correct. Okay, so I have another question. So if I input here the material code, I am thinking
This will really help you out.
it will pull
Yes,
data from
Anthony.
Material Master. So
Yes.
I will not fill in, let's say, material group. That should be pulled automatically from Material Master, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
All you have to enter material code and
Material code
purchase
and
order.
quantity,
Yes.
Hope it is audible, right?
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Material code and quantity.
You are not
Even the
entered
plant.
sorry, we're getting ahead, we're excited.
Anjali is just showing. I will show.
Yeah, but
Trying to
the
create
question,
it will automatically
correct.
Yeah. So based on the recommendation of SAP, it should be from Samji who should be doing this. The request after the requestor, the proponent should be the one doing it.
SAP, Beth,
Ma'am Eva.
is this a first manual entry or is this related to earlier manual entry in the system?
It's part of the
The previous
initiation, I
screen.
think.
If
It's part,
the
ma'am.
previous screen, is it a repeat manual entry or from earlier actions?
Oo nga eh.
If it's a repeat,
Ano
we
ba
won't
labas
accept
na ano
it.
eh?
We don't want to accept it. If it has been inputted previously in previous steps, then why is there a need to repeat manual entry?
No, it's not a repeat, ma'am. No, ma'am. It's an additional step, ma'am. That supposedly, based in the past, it's been done by Ma'am Val's team. But currently now, in S4, Gopal is saying that it should be under the incorporated in the proponent side as part of the initiation stage, ma'am.
Pa-comment Lorraine and Kat Landicho.
Which is
Ma'am, I think,
something new na sa inyo.
Ma'am Beth,
Yeah,
I think
it's a new thing. Yeah, but it will integrate so that you don't have to create a hanging reservations. Any request which is from project will automatically transfer to stock or non-stock thing. So there will be no manual reservations coming in where you don't know why this was procured, why it was put in the system. So there is a request from the project creation and going to S2P. Yeah.
So when Kat
Yeah.
generates the data in the project builder, will she be able to save the initial information prior to this part? Or will she need this to complete the project builder information?
So they can stop at the WBS also.
You can save with the initial part and then give access to
Yes.
be doing this part.
Yes. So it's not like you cannot save without this. These are the sequential activity. Yeah.
I think Lorraine is saying something.
Yes.
Sorry, Lorraine.
Yep. Well, for the newly added fields or data that will be required for us for subject to input, because this is the new look of S4, or this is the new requirement of the system. I think we can manage as long as the inputs are readily available upstream, or we can find it like in certain documentations that will be submitted by the proponents, or say incorporate in the submission of, let's say, supply chain, etc. So I think perhaps we can have a discussion on where we are
Let's map
going
it
to
out,
get the
Lorraine, no?
inputs.
On
Yes,
how
ma'am.
we can make sure that everything will be filled up properly,
Yes.
how the houses
Kasi
were. Okay.
pagkagaling, isa pang
Yeah, mahahanga eh. That's what Gropali is saying.
So one of the statement is that it is not a system limitation, or it is you can still do that, but it's always recommended that the system
The
should
best
be
practice.
integrated. That's the whole purpose of having ERP in your organization, that you can prevent manual activities. Creating reservation is not a best practice. Okay, it has to that there should be a very clear definition from where this request is coming. Is an OPEX, it's in CAPEX. Yeah. Thank you.
Rupali, Anna, question. I have a request that budget should be charged for not waiting for goods issuance. So upon GR, the capex project, the budget for that capex project should already be charged. So, meaning that we don't purchase for general consumption. So if you have a business case, and you are asking a supply chain to buy you materials for your project, at the time that they order the projects, order the materials, and up to the time that they receive the materials, those should be charged to the budgets, to the project's budget. Um, is that already considered in the design?
Yes, Miss Anna.
Yeah.
That is the whole intention of having this request coming in from the project. So that budget
addresses that
that
concern.
addresses, because all the budget, all the cost will automatically flow to this project. Yes.
So that actually means that if I'm the project manager, I don't need to reserve, because um,
It's
the
directly
order is
allocated na,
dedicated
ma'am, no?
to your
Yes.
project.
Yes.
So no reservation needed. Okay.
No
Now,
reservation.
correct.
Anna?
Now, yes.
Ma'am Kat po from PMG.
Mm.
Ma'am,
Mm-mm.
since it's a moving average price, what we usually encountered once we are at the point of withdrawal is, since there's an adjustment. So there are times that budget is exceeded, so we cannot withdraw.
Okay.
Encountered.
So
That's a good point, Kat. I don't think we don't need the moving average price for materials that are dedicated to the project, because the price will be whatever we bought it for, and then that's the actual, because it's not actually going to be measured at goods issue. It's upon goods received.
At this point,
Usually, ma'am, how we encountered it, if it's budget exceedance, we cannot release it in
No,
the system.
because right
We cannot
now it's
withdraw.
tied up with issuance, not receipt.
Going forward, it's
Upon
not.
receipt,
now it will
upon
be done.
receipt, it doesn't ask for the
wala
moving
sa-
average price.
So it's quantities that we're talking about already.
So team, we will show you budget check how it will happen at this point, not at the issuance. Yeah. Yes. Let's see that in the system.
No, but okay, just can I just interject here? So, but Anna, at this point, you don't have a price yet, right? On
What
GR,
historical, ma'am. Nandyan yung
Upon
price.
GR,
yeah,
what you have
historical,
would
which
be
is
the
moving average
acquisition
as well,
price, the
right?
actual
Material,
price.
they have the price. So the material, we have the
So
price.
budget, ma'am, from our current setup, on our business case approval, we will be using the moving average price generated by our design and costing team.
Yep, that's okay.
Oh, okay. So
The actual would be coming
Because
from
the budget-
price, the PO.
so if
Correct.
it's
Sa
And
PO na
remember,
siya
your budget is an
nakatag.
estimate.
Okay.
Your budget is an
Okay.
estimate.
Yes, ma'am.
That's why I also want to check, because we're talking about this is the project builder, and then we're talking about materials, set up the materials, etc. It's quite detailed. I'm wondering if at this point all you're doing is trying to set up your project, and all you have is a recently approved budget for your project. Definitely, the business case would already have the BOQ or the BOM, so you know what are the target materials. But in terms of quantity, all you have are indicative quantities and prices, because it depends on the negotiation.
Of procurement team. Yes, ma'am.
Correct. The rates definitely might change, and then I don't know whether some quantities could be adjusted depending on how the pricing goes. So does that take that into account, um, Rupali? That the numbers here, you're talking about budget. Budget is an estimate, and they are indicative. So you only get to lock the costs when you start buying them.
Yeah.
That's okay, right?
We will have a budget check here also and at the PO level also.
Yeah, so
I need to
if there will
check.
be variances later, I think that should be expected. Because when I estimated at a certain rate, a certain quantity, and then when I negotiated, depending on how good I negotiated, there could be variances in rates and in quantities. So, but the rule there is that you should work within your budget. The only
Yes.
thing when you do the budget check, the only thing that you will not be allowed to proceed, the only time you won't be allowed to proceed is if you exceed the budget. So
Overall.
I'm just worried about setting up the details right now.
Thresholds. I
As
think
long
when we set the threshold, we have to consider at which point we have to show the warning and which point we have to show the errors.
Yep. So we need to be careful, because it might stop the process unnecessarily.
Have that threshold enough so that, because when you're deciding the budget at that time, you have to consider that this much delta might come, which has to be already taken into consideration when I'm deciding the budget for the project. Otherwise, it will again go into that project budget controller. I have to get the budget for that.
Yes. Yes. Parang, hanggat hindi siya nag-date, pero mas matagal. Ibig sabihin, hanggat hindi mo na full utilize, diretso ka lang. Sa dulo na kayo. Kasi pag naubos na yung notification that the budget. So,
Argument ni Ma'am Ana, pag-exceed ka dun sa budget mo, tapos
as a whole,
hindi makabili si
dun lang kayo mag-ano.
And then for MRP, the connect to MRP, Valwan would be the best time to trigger MRP upon budget approval, or upon awarding to
10%.
contractor.
We only create the PR, Anna, in the current way of working. We only create the PR once the budget is approved.
Okay. Okay. So based on the requirement, not based on how much you have already
The
awarded or contracted.
final
Okay.
approved budget.
Okay.
Shall we go ahead?
Yes.
So this basic structure we have already created for the project. Here we have some WBA salary. internal activity where we have assigned the material component, and we have is some external activity. We are expecting some work need to be done on this activity. So after this, once the project is created, next step would be the budget assignment. Now we have some planning. We know the estimates, how much budget will be required, how much money will be required on this project. So we assign a budget to the project. Again, we have another ask, same as ECC, CJ30, edit original budget, where we assign the budget to the project. I'm going to assign a small amount to the budget as of now, so that we can just check the budget tolerance limits. If it is triggering some warning or errors when we are trying to pay the purchase process. So I'm just going to spend small amount of budget. So I have all my activities on level 3. Let me assign the 1,000 to me.
So I think who is doing this step currently, this transaction?
Accountant overhead.
Cost accountant overhead, head, correct?
Sorry.
Yeah, now we are in budget.
Ang naglo-load pa rin sikat, but we release the budget.
Okay, so this is this is your now you have to assign a budget to the work that is already planned by the project builder. So now this is a separate role which is coming in. Earlier we were project analyst. Now
It's the same here. The project analyst and the project.
Yeah.
It's Kat. Hi, Kat. It's still you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Ikaw pa rin to, Kat, di ba? Inactal ngayon.
Ah, actually, ma'am, hindi po. Kasi ma'am, once na nag-input na kami ma'am sa CJ20N, automatic kapag nagpa-release kami ma'am, hindi na namin binovito kasi automatic nire-release na ni Finance. So, hindi na kami dumadaan po sa ganito.
Kayo ba may nagpapasok sa J30?
Manual, na parapasok na.
May mas upload naman.
Okay. It's them. It's different. Yeah. It's just.
It's always a cost
upload.
Yeah, so it's always because they cannot be the same people.
Control purpose.
Yeah, for the control purpose. Yes.
Same process, yung role name lang. Different role name. We're using project account.
It's okay. We will create that role, but it has to be different.
Yes. From the project.
Part of check and balance.
Yeah. Okay. We will all that
Standard we use cost accounting,
Sorry.
but maybe here in MWC we may be using a different role name.
Yes.
Responsible for this activity, but it has to be a different person from the project initiator.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who will be responsible for the budget assignment of the project. So today, I'm assigning a very small amount of budget on the project just to check when we are trying to create a PRIA, if it is throwing us a budget error or not. It's showing the limitations or not, control or not.
I have a question. Yeah. If we need to do, say, a project did not consume all of its budget, and then we want to move that excess budget to another project. So, because we have a current budget transfer process, S4 can handle that, right?
Yes, we can still available in S4 as well. So excess of the budget can be transferred to other project. If the budget have exceeded, we can supplement the budget or we can reverse the budget. All these processes are still available with S4.
Okay.
Budget transfers, budget supplements, budget reversal.
Okay. Thank
All
you.
these processes are still available.
Any questions?
So we have assigned a very small amount of 1,000 PHP to the project. Go back to the project builder. And we try to release the project.
So,
this is something we are working on the back end.
hold on, time out. So, releasing, so the past two screens were financed. Ma'am no? So parang so budget and then yung release.
CJ30, yes. CJ30, yung previous na CJ30 Rob.
Previous screen was
CJ30, yes. Release
sila ma'am, and then so the next yung release is sila ma'am Okay.
It's CJ20, yeah.
Okay.
For the budget. Budget.
It was CJ30, yes.
Previously.
Yeah.
Yes. CJ30.
So in terms of creating, so entering values, I mean properties like the materials or the services to buy in CJ20 in Project Builder, that would be miscat. And then when it comes to the budget and actually releasing the project after it's been created, that will go to finance na. And then there's one question: what's the difference between in intermediate save and save? We don't have that in ECC.
There in ECC as well. It's just that when you click on save, it will close the project and come out of the project. And when you click on intermediate save, it won't close the project each and every time. That's the only difference.
Mag-generate lang sa baba.
Is there in ECC as well? There is small icon here on the top for intermediate and save.
In ECC, there's a.
Yeah, it is there. So then if I click on save, it close the project and come out of the project.
Yeah.
So as if not, this is what I wanted to show team. There is a error in commitment check because there was a very small amount of the budget which has been assigned to the project, and I'm trying to generate a PR which is exceeding that amount, so it's giving me an error in the commitment. So it's asking me to go and check the costing law. We can go and check the costing law where we can see the budget error has exceeded.
That's at the point of creating PR.
PR.
Yes.
If I go to logs,
Question, because in ECC6, our current setup is that once we release the budget, it automatically create PR. Okay. Is that the same?
Yeah, because your project will be released, yes. But how commitment item will be assigned based on the project only. That is why. Because once you allocate the budget, then only it can assign the commitment item. Once you assign there, you release, then it will automatically appear. In check log. It's okay. It's okay. We will check. There is some issue in the
there is
log.
some log. So as soon as it throws an error, you can go to this menu, extras, logs, and it will show all the errors here in the cost calculation. This will be active, and you can see all the errors, but the budget has exceeded, why it is exceeded, on which WBS element it has exceeded. You can see all these errors here in this.
So if there is a material exceedance in terms of price based on the actual cost, that's where we can see it.
Yes.
It gives a big log, but something.
Something
yeah,
like
it's okay. We can check it. Might be in MOM. You can send that. Okay.
So the next step would be, because it won't let me release the project, it won't let me create a PR now. So I have to supplement the budget. Because I have the requirement for those material objects, those services, those activities. I have to supplement the budget now. Okay. I'm going to cancel release of the project. Do you really want to cancel? Yes, I want to cancel the release. I will go to the budget supplement.
Who will be the one doing that?
Again, cost accountant.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Deduction.
But for budget
Supplemental.
kami lang ang
Yung PBS natin yan, di ba? So, ngayon, may PBS form pa rin ba nga?
for material.
Even if we go S4,
Kasi approvals.
yung approvals, okay. Nagsasama dito yun. Nagsasama dito yun.
You automate.
Yes, oh.
Can we include the approval of the budget supplement here? Because we have a law for
You work flow of sorts. You haven't used the it.
It's not standard.
it's not standard.
What is a budget?
Kasi yung approval na
Because we have it's budget exceedance, we do manual routing of the approval in one app.
But the approval of the budget supplement is way simpler than the business.
Yeah.
Maybe
It can be incorporated.
The point
That would
is,
be customized.
yeah, it will
It's
be.
still complex.
We need to check what will be the trigger there.
Siguro mag-feed natin sa kanila yung source.
Can supplement? Yeah,
Let's
and
walk
in the
through
point,
with that approval and let's see
yeah,
if it's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on check. Yeah, we can take this and
Yeah.
yeah,
In terms of workflow.
yeah.
Just connected to the emails of the people.
Yeah.
Okay.
It will be ease of doing things.
the very first question will be what will be the trigger to check this form?
Okay.
Alright.
From where you want to trigger the at what point we want to
At what
trigger this
point
and we want to trigger this time.
Yeah, like there will be an error. You will not able to release.
In terms of the budget, I see.
Yeah, and that will trigger supposedly that approval.
Do really it needs that somebody, because it might be that somebody has incorrectly entered the PRs.
Kasi isa din. So, ano yung ba?
They have to review
Yes,
and
but
what
wait.
time they will
Somebody
request.
is to do the supplement, yung approvals namin. But the role we will be doing the supplement, it's still the finance.
Ako pero yung konselyata ma'am nila, halimbawa,
Mag-manual.
mali lang yung nagawa.
Nagkaroon ka ng error.
Scenarios ma'am kung kailan papasok po yun.
Kasi we are part of the approval.
Yes ma'am. So,
So
yung
that's part of our controls and checking if
May wrong entry.
yun nga ma'am.
But in the error, you can see that naman, di ba? Which one is...
Basically, if they see a manual error or a user error, they can just reject the request, right? For that one.
So error will be coming in the project builder when
Yeah,
we are trying
yeah.
to release.
In
And
case,
yeah,
so all the valid scenarios for their approval will just be covered na lang for those manual errors, they can just reject it if they see one from a user error.
but it will be like this material. There is more quantity. So someone, the project builder has to redo the planning. They have to read the planning.
started just 10 pieces and by a chance, mistakenly you have entered 100 pieces.
Can you do that as part of the scenario in the UAT?
But the UAT adding that workflow will be it will be a big thing because it will be a development. We can add a workflow, but our question is, who will what time system will trigger that workflow?
Yeah. We'll have, let's just have a separate discussion for
It
that.
has to be a
If it is feasible or not, so that we can draft that.
manual trigger.
Yeah, manual trigger somewhere. Yeah.
Something like if we can add a user status or something, like when we are setting this user status, it should trigger a workflow at it.
That can be also need approval something. Yeah, yeah.
For supplement budget approval.
I've taken that one. Budget.
We have the additional budget available now. Let's try to release the project again. So Sir Robbie, you were asking difference between the save and intermediate save. If I click on save, it will come out of the project. When I click on intermediate save, it will stay on the project. It will not come out of the project each and every time. And now I was able to set the status release because the budget was available. My PRs are auto-generated this time. If I go back to the project, auto-generated entry. You see my PR is there.
Only on the release of the project will be
PR are generated. Same is for my external processing activity. My PR is auto generated. Since both the activities are related to the same network, so they are different line items on a same PR. Same. If you want different PRs, because there was already an existing activity, so this is a different PR because it is only different network.
So every PR is created for each
For each network.
for each network.
One PR, one network for each network. So if you have multiple activities under the same network, they will be the line items under that PR.
Yeah, but it doesn't equate to one PR, one PO, right?
Not necessary. Not necessary. That is a manual activity in Ariba. When you convert these PRs to PO, that is a different activity. That is not controlled from PS.
Yeah, that's completely from the CPG side. They convert all the PR to PO.
So these PRs we have in PS now will be handed over to CPG team. They will be converting it to PO. It's up to them how they want to do it into PO. They want multiple POs, same PO, how they want to execute them. It's up to them. So we had exceeded the budget because there was a very small amount of budget was available. We created some internal activities with material components. Then we have an external activity. Budget was not available. So there was an error while creating the purchase requisitions. We supplemented the budget with the additional amount. And then we again tried to release the project. This time we were successfully released the project because budget was available and the purchase requisitions are generated automatically on the release of the project. So far we are good.
Yeah. It will take some time. Yeah.
So if you go the process wise, we have done almost these steps.
Your screen.
Okay. So we have project plan, we have budget, we have release and auto PRs. This is not GR, this is PR. The next step will be the good receipts and direct actuals, which we will not be responsible for as a project management team. This will be done by the different. They will be posting some actuals from the system. They will be getting the PO out of these PRs. They will be doing the good receipts for these PRs and some journal entries as well. They will be outside PS.
Sa CLA.
Procurement.
But for the direct actuals, when we say here direct actuals, what do we mean by that?
Journal entries.
Journal entries.
Yung AP and ano. Mga nagpa-part master. Yung mayroon 7.
81.
Ayun pa, sorry pa. 81. SES. Service na.
Settlement I have, but the GRP usually is.
You don't have that one.
Yeah, it has to
be GR.
You can run, but do you have anything which is where you can take it from settlement?
And it is settlement, yeah.
If you have one.
So So just for our this demo, she's doing the S2P work also, but that will not be applicable for the project team. Yeah. Please get it. Yes, those will be coming from S2P. So she's just creating a PO and then doing the procurement and yeah, just so that we can see the settlement also.
Hope whatever that I have
I think
discussed,
it
major
need
things are
just
covered right here.
15 minutes more to cover. Yeah. Right. So just complete. Yeah.
Just
What,
the
Ganga?
thing
Okay,
about
ma'am.
is already saying.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
So yeah, this is a real time okay business that is happening. Okay, so that's the thing that want that relativity. I want you to understand so that it will for your working. So you will be able. You can easily tell. So you can understand how the exactly is happening, how exactly the work is going on, and what exactly that you can tell in the real time. I was involved in the. I was involved. You have to tell such a way that I was involved in the sprint one walkthrough. I was connected to the customer. I explained about detailed understanding with respect to the what called cost planning, budget planning, project managers. Everything you have to tell. Okay.
Got it, ma'am.
Oo. Kaya lang di natin nakita yung result kasi.
Nothing, nothing, not. Yeah, sure, I said. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
Mamaya, pag
In your speed earlier, you named the asset class field, right?
Is it S4 HANA or
We were not able to
Yeah,
Nandan?
this
the
is for
result after if the use was
Okay.
stated because previously we were once we release the budget, the use is already created automatically as well. Uses automatically. Still, they didn't after the year. Same pa rin naman daw, ma'am. Okay. Yun lang nila napakita.
Same. Yeah. So from project side, if you ask me, it's only integration which has changed. All the functionalities stay.
there's a question, yeah, there's a question here. Or will it be discussed in the data migration later? That what if the data that will be migrated to S4, because there are new fields, right? What if there
It lacks time.
it lacks the information? What will happen?
Because of our new fields and the data.
Will that be an error? Cause
No,
of
that
error?
not be an error. So projects, something.
We need to populate it. Excel or something.
Yes, projects
to
we are
be able to
using
map.
manual extraction or it is through data services. Data services. Even if the fields are new, so there are some custom fields which are added. And we have a session after this data migration. So
Yeah,
we can cover it.
yeah.
The custom fields we still have no.
That's already a question for later.
Yes.
That you need to answer.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
You really need to map out the new field ka. May pag mandatory baka.
So we will have some transformation logic written also. So all the custom fields are there. So might be you have to give us the logic. Okay, subline one. I can determine this value based on the existing data. So we will discuss on this logic. So we have created a PO.
Same with ECC 6, P1, CGI 3. Wala na talagang people. Diretso na kayo dun sa folder A. Can we still do the customization of the report that we generate in? You're looking for the reports painter. Report, yes, because the reports painter, we have filtering, we have exclusion. That's still possible. Okay. Which way that filtering and report painting, everything is still possible. Because there are transaction types that we exclude.
If it,
Yes, that is still possible. Okay. And we have some new Fury reports as well. Fury has not been configured completely yet, so that will be coming up in the later sessions. We have multiple Fury reports as well. So this is the course which we have already posted using the book receipts that has been done on the project, and this course has already been posted on the project. So here we can see that the cost element used is the 82 series, and that this means that we still need to do the settlement of this, or therefore the WBS to actual the cost. Yes. Okay.
sila yung nag-procurement.
Yeah. So once we do the settlement, the expectation here is zero. Is zero. Okay. So this is the cost element which has been included in the allocation structure, which will, like whenever the settlement will happen, the allocation structure cost elements which are there in the allocation structure, it will read the cost from those cost elements. So cost posted on those cost elements will be transferred to the settlement cost element. Ruby, you there?
Call a friend, Robbie.
Okay, later na lang, you'll have a separate discussion because this one has
Ay, tanong pa, sorry. Pati ko lang na-pick up.
20 a.m.
Yung Series 8 and Series 5.
Yes.
Yung settlement. Yeah. Because it's connected here. It's the same. Same, right?
Ruby and Homer yesterday.
Let's park it first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's park it first.
Yes. I have forward one a point. You were asking about the system statuses. As soon as the budget was assigned, the status was assigned. AVAC availability check is available.
And
Budget availability check
on your module
active.
time back.
AVAC. And the AUC to be second the construction is generating for this deputy.
So that's my number one.
Then we did it. So for all the objects, for all the WPS elements, where we have the investment profile assigned, it will be automatically generated for all those WPS elements. So it's release, we set the status to release. We have already budgeted the project, so budget. AUC has already been generated, so AUC. Budget availability check is active, so AVAC, and settlement rule is generated.
Same with EAM. You can see the process that they went to and the status. Yeah. Oo nga.
Kailangan may.
Ay, may pa-exam tayo, tapos pinakamaraming tama sa may price, no?
SAP, they even sometimes it's very difficult for us to catch up. Now, what is this new come out? SAP.
Now we're adding NOPA.
Fixed asset was generated.
Except it will not generate automatically. Because I had copied from other projects, so that settlement rule is also copied.
One na meron ng settlement.
They use
Yes,
settlement, not the fixed assets settlement.
Yun yung manually.
Right.
Explain lang mo
Take
kinapi kasi niya. Yes. Can
Asset under construction.
Say sana.
Yes, auto-generated. AUC is auto-generated, but the fixed asset, still you have to replace the asset management team for the fixed asset. We want to generate it.
Diyan na papasok si Master Data Create.
Sa kanila pa.
Ay, siya.
Sila naman, but different sections.
Yeah. Si Daan.
Fixed assets.
Yeah, si Lima Milen.
Okay. So, kailangan natin. As if no, we don't have any settlement rules here. For AUC, it will be auto-generated.
Yeah.
When I trigger a settlement, AUC, it will be auto-generated. So far, we had an external activity. For those activities, we have generated a purchase requisition, which is auto-generated by the system. And it also did a budget check as well over there. If the budget was exceeding, it didn't allow us to release the project and generate the PR. We supplemented the budget, we released the project, and the PR were auto generated. Now the CPG team has already created the PO out of it and did the good receipt. We have some actuals on the project. So next step would be to settle the project. First, we settle into periodic settlement, which we'll be doing monthly or bi-monthly periodic settlement on the AUC. And once we settle the entire amount of the AUC, we move it to a fixed assets.
Yo, shit.